Let's be brutally honest. Women don't chase men who beg for attention. They chase men who don't care if they're chased at all. Now, I know this sounds crazy. Society's been screaming at you. Be kind, be soft, buy her flowers, pour out your feelings. But here's the hard truth. That only works if she already wants you. If she's not interested, that nice guy strategy gets you friend-zoned so fast your head will spin. But what if I told you that disinterest isn't final? What if I told you that most women are emotionally undecided, and it's how you behave, not how you beg, that flips their switch? Here's what you've never been told. Women are biologically wired to chase power, mystery, and dominance. Not the loud, insecure type, but the silent confidence that says, I don't need you, but you'd be lucky to have me. This video is not about tricks, manipulation, or pretending. It's about psychological truth and understanding female nature at its core. You're not here to impress her, you're here to become the man she can't ignore. So, if you're tired of chasing, tired of ghosting, tired of being just a friend, I'm going to hand you 10 secrets that flip the game. And yes, even if she's cold, distant, or already told you she's not interested, there's a way back in, but only if you play it right. Let's get started. 1. Ignore her beauty, watch her panic. Most men lose the game the moment a beautiful woman walks into the room. They instantly put her on a pedestal. But here's the harsh truth. Beauty is her currency, and most men are already bankrupt from overpaying. If you treat her like she's special just because she's attractive, congratulations. You've become background noise like every other guy drooling in her DMs. Women are used to being admired. They expect compliments, attention, validation, especially from men they know they're hotter than. That's why ignoring her beauty shocks her system. It confuses her. It forces her to ask, why isn't he acting like the others? Attention is power, and when you withhold it, not rudely, but with calm, confident indifference, you flip the power dynamic. You stop being a fan and start being the challenge. And let me tell you something. A woman cannot chase a man she already controls, but the one she can't quite figure out, that's the one she keeps thinking about. You don't have to be disrespectful. Just don't act impressed. Don't compliment her looks right away. Don't treat her like a celebrity because of her face. Be warm, be present, but make it clear that you're not moved by makeup, curves, or attention-seeking behavior. 1. You meet a gorgeous woman at a social event. She expects you to flirt or praise her, but instead you engage her in a normal, grounded conversation about travel, books, whatever. You listen, respond, smile occasionally, but never comment on her appearance. She notices. Her tone shifts. She starts leaning in, asking you questions, even teasing you, because now she wants to prove she's worth impressing. That's the power of ignoring her beauty. It throws her off balance, and that's exactly where the chase begins. 2. Make her earn your attention. 350 words, bold, clear, and to the point. Here's a brutal truth that most men will never accept. You're giving her too much, too soon, and she hasn't earned any of it. You're texting first, liking every story, replying to every post, and giving her your time like it's free. But let me ask you, what has she done to deserve it? Women do not value what comes easy. If your attention is cheap, she'll treat you the same way. Most guys try to win women over by pouring attention into them, thinking that consistency equals value. No, that only works when the attraction is mutual. When it's not, all your efforts just become white noise, or worse, a turnoff. You want her to chase you? Make her work. Make her curious. Make her wonder why you're not doing what every other man does, bending over backward just to get noticed. Start asking yourself this: has she earned this text, this compliment, my time? If the answer is no, pull back. You're not punishing her. You're protecting your energy. Remember, a man who gives everything for nothing will always be seen as a backup option. But the man who makes her earn his attention, that man becomes a mystery. And that mystery makes him magnetic. 2. You meet a woman at a gathering, have a great chat, exchange contacts. She expects you to text right away, maybe even double text. But you don't. You wait. When you do message her, it's short, confident, and non-needy. You keep conversations fun, but you let her initiate sometimes. You don't chase. Instead, you create a rhythm where she has to earn your replies. Slowly, she starts doing more. Texting first, complimenting you, seeking your approval. Now she's investing. That's the difference between chasing her and making her chase you. 3, be the prize, not the pursuer. Let's cut the nonsense. Most men are stuck chasing women because deep down they don't believe they're the prize. They see a beautiful woman and immediately think, how do I impress her? Instead of asking, is she even good enough for my time? That's where it all goes wrong. You see, society trained you to believe that women are the reward, that you have to prove yourself to her, that if you work hard enough, buy enough dinners, send the right texts, say the perfect words, maybe she'll pick you. But that mindset is weak. It screams desperation. A man who sees himself as the prize doesn't chase, he chooses. He doesn't try to fit into her world. She tries to earn a place in his. That energy is rare, and women crave it. Think about it. When was the last time you made a woman feel like she had something to prove? Not in a rude or arrogant way, but with your presence, your confidence, your standards. Most guys don't have standards. They accept any attention like it's gold. That's why women don't respect them. Because you can't be the prize if you're begging to be picked. Real talk. When you shift your mindset and start acting like your time, energy, and peace are valuable, everything changes. You become selective. You stop tolerating flakiness. You stop reacting to every message like it's a blessing. You don't get nervous when she pulls back. You stay calm because you know she'll come back. That's prize energy. When a man carries himself like he's the prize, he doesn't need to chase. Women feel it. They see it. And they want to figure out what makes you so grounded, so composed, so detached from their games, because in a world full of pursuers, the prize always stands out. 4, mystery triggers attraction. Let's be honest, a lot of men are way too easy to figure out. You meet a woman, and within the first few hours, she already knows your whole life story. Your goals, your feelings, your past relationships, your weekend plans, everything. You hand her the entire playbook and then wonder why she's no longer interested. Here's the truth. Mystery is power. And right now, too many men are killing attraction by over-explaining, oversharing, and over-communicating. You think being open makes you attractive? No, it makes you predictable. And predictability kills curiosity. Women chase what they can't fully understand. If she already knows what you're doing, thinking and feeling 24/7, there's no reason to keep digging. She loses the thrill, she stops wondering. And the moment a woman stops wondering, she stops chasing. Here's the criticism: you talk too much. You reveal everything too fast. You're too available, too reactive, too desperate to be liked. And that's why she doesn't take you seriously. Women don't want a man who's constantly performing for their approval. They want a man who holds something back, not because he's hiding, but because he's centered, because he doesn't feel the need to oversell himself. You don't have to be cold or fake. Just stop trying to fill every silence. Stop answering every question with your full life history. Stop texting your every thought. Keep some details to yourself. Let her wonder where you are, who you're with, what you're thinking. That curiosity builds emotional investment because she's trying to figure you out. Men need to wake up. If she already knows your story, there's no reason for her to turn the page. Mystery makes you unforgettable. Predictability makes you disposable. Be the chapter she can't stop reading, not the ending she already saw coming. 5. Give her space to doubt herself. Here's something most men will never understand. Women need emotional tension to feel attraction. Not chaos, not drama, but that subtle feeling of, does he really like me? Did I say something wrong? Why hasn't he replied yet? That space, that uncertainty, is what triggers emotional engagement. And most men kill it by trying to reassure her constantly. You text too quickly. You reply too perfectly. You check in too often. And in doing so, you remove all doubt, all mystery, all challenge. You make it too safe, too easy. And women don't chase what feels too easy. They chase what makes them question themselves. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. If she's never doubted where she stands with you, she's not thinking about you. Harsh, but real. Men today are so afraid of losing a woman that they give her constant reassurance, even when she hasn't earned it. You try to make her feel too comfortable too early, but the result? She never gets emotionally invested because she never had to work for your attention. She never had to wonder. Giving her space to doubt herself isn't about playing mind games. It's about giving her the opportunity to step into the chase. Let her feel the absence. Let her notice the silence. Let her wonder why you're suddenly not available like before. That's when she starts reflecting on her own behavior. That's when she starts realizing, wait, did I mess that up? Most men never give her that space. They smother her with attention and expect desire in return. It doesn't work. Here's the truth. Sometimes a little distance is more powerful than 1,000 words. And if you always remove the tension, you also remove the attraction. Let her feel the gap. Let her fill in the blanks. That's where the chase begins. 6. Show value without validation. Here's where most men completely blow it. They try to prove their worth by constantly validating women. Compliments, flattery, approval, all day, every day. But what they don't realize is this. The more you validate her, the less she values you. Sounds harsh? Good. Because this is the truth most men need to hear. When you keep telling her she's beautiful, perfect, special, especially when she hasn't done anything to earn that praise, you're handing out value like candy. And just like candy, too much of it makes her sick. She doesn't appreciate it. She expects it. And soon, she starts to ignore it. Women already know they're attractive. They get compliments everywhere. So your validation isn't making you stand out. It's making you predictable, boring, and weak in her eyes. You're no longer the guy she's curious about. You're the guy stroking her ego like everyone else. Here's what real value looks like. You don't need to say it. She feels it. Through your body language, through your ambition, through your calm, unbothered presence, through the way you carry yourself. You're confident, not because you shout it, but because you don't need to. When you walk into a room like you belong there, when you speak with purpose, when you stay centered even when she tests you, that's value. And she'll sense it without you ever needing to open your mouth. Men need to wake up. You don't build attraction by putting her on a pedestal. You build it by showing that you're already complete, with or without her approval. Women chase men who are grounded, men who don't chase them for validation. So stop trying to prove you're worthy. Be the man who shows up like he already knows he is. 7. Let her think you've moved on. Nothing grabs a woman's attention more than the thought that she no longer has yours. The biggest mistake men make after showing interest is sticking around too long, hoping, waiting, checking in, being available just in case. That energy screams weakness. It tells her you're still emotionally invested, even if she's not. And guess what? She won't respect it. Now here's the psychological twist. The moment she thinks you've moved on, her ego kicks in. She starts wondering, wait, did he lose interest? Did he find someone else? Did I misjudge him? That doubt stings, and that sting triggers curiosity, sometimes even panic. When a woman feels like she's no longer on your radar, she'll start trying to get back on it. Not always because she wants you, but because she hates the feeling of losing your attention. This doesn't mean ghost her. It means detach. Stop watching her stories. Stop liking her posts. Stop giving her the satisfaction of knowing you're still there. Disappear, quietly, confidently, without drama. And here's the key. Actually move on with your life. Don't fake it. Build yourself. Focus on your mission. Look good, feel good, and let that energy speak for itself. Because nothing is more attractive than a man who no longer needs her, but could still have her if he wanted. That's when the chase really begins. Let me know when you're ready for the brief conclusion, or if you want to revisit or expand any part. Conclusion. Let me leave you with a controversial truth that most men are too scared to accept. Women don't fall for the guy who shows the most love. They fall for the one who triggers the deepest emotion. And sometimes that emotion isn't comfort. It's uncertainty. If you're always nice, always available, always giving, you become predictable. And predictability is the enemy of attraction. The men who get chased aren't always the kindest, or even the most attractive. They're the ones who know how to control the emotional temperature in the room. They stay calm, they stay quiet, and they make her feel something she can't control. The urge to chase. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever made a woman chase you? Have you ever pulled back and watched her come running? Or maybe you've made these mistakes before, chasing too hard too soon? Drop your experience in the comments. I'll be going through every single one, And if I see something real, I'll reach out. We're building something deeper here. Not just content, but conversation. Let's connect. Let's grow. And next time, make her chase.